Welcome to my world. 2 escargot, pate, frisee, 2 green salads.
Okay,
Lamb chop, steak feet. Shouldn't you be doing something? 2 smoked filet and a pepper steak. Come on, make the dessert. Chocolate tart, please. As a cook, tastes and smells are my memories. And now I'm in search of new ones. So I'm leaving New York City and hope to have a few epiphanies around the world. And I'm willing to go to some lengths to do that. I'm looking for extremes of emotion and experience. I'll try anything. I'll risk everything. I have nothing to lose. Salvador. The African heartland of Brazil.
Ooh la la.
It's where religions, cultures, traditions come together to create something really special. It's about magic. It's about food. It's about music. It's about people. It's a whole different world here. But let's start someplace a little more familiar. Maybe you're asking yourself, gee, I'm a stranger in town. Where do I find a good place to eat in country X? Well, here in Salvador, like in just about every other cool country, if you're looking for a good meal, go directly to the market. Hang out and eat without fear. I have every confidence we're going to find like good stuff to eat here. Whoa, watch your back. Now, is it my sunglasses or what I had to drink last night, or is that an incredible color over here? You know, you see certain constants when you travel around the world like I do. Like, you see all these ready-made kits of the nasty bits. Keep that knife away from me, dude. Little packets geared towards people who don't have a lot of money, go to the market and get it. So you see like 75% of the stuff that seems to be sold here in the meat department are the good parts. The guts, the heads, the hooves, the snouts. Looks like a windpipe to me. Blood cake, which some of our older students will recognize from the Portugal show. Fried shrimp, palm oil, chili peppers, coconut, classic elements of Bahian cuisine. Let's find out where the snacks are at. Ah, yes. Tasty mystery bits on a wheel rim grill. I mean, come on, Dad. What's not to like? It looks like some sort of a chicken, some mysterious-looking sausage, and a bit of beef, or beef heart, or organ meat. I mean, come on, that looks good. Not only is the grill happening, but I've managed to make a new friend or two. Stay right there. Whenever I'm on the road, I like to export American values whenever possible. Okay, I got sausage. I got some sort of, I don't know, what are your lesser cuts of beef? Oh, boy, right. I'll hook up my little friend here. I hope he's hungry. He's hungry? Hey, guys. You share with him, too, okay? Para dos. Sausages and mystery meat. It's a beautiful thing. And I've got 2 new friends and bodyguards. Hey, I'm building a crew already. All right, the wheel rim grill was cool. But I'm ready to dig a little deeper. A lot of good stuff here. I'm having what I'm told is sort of a typical thing to eat around here. Bocacol. Bocacol, as I understand it, is a soup-type thing involving dry beef leg, fresh beef, whatever that means. I suspect there's some nasty bits involved. Listen, how can you go wrong? It's hot, it's liquid, it comes in a bowl. There are lots of locals sitting around eating it. It's got to be good, right? To prime my palate for the main entree, my friends at the food stand hooked me up with a bowl of beef broth-based porridge. Thank you. You get all your fried meat, your fresh meat, your nasty bits. You cook them in broth, haul out and serve. The broth then is thickened with manioc flour to become this porridgey, gruely, and very delicious sort of substance, which you can jack with a nuclear hot salsa. Yeah, this is good. Just like in many other places, what was created by the very poor out of necessity is now a mainstay of the country's cuisine. But I digress. I believe there's some mystery meat to be had. Oh, yes. Pleasure is not always pretty. My old friend Jose, my Portuguese boss back in Leal, he's going to start heavy breathing when he sees this. Like, I don't even know what this piece is. I probably don't want to know, but it's really good. I know you're out there. You said, oh, dude, how can he put that in his mouth? That looks nasty. Well, as every chef knows, that's where the flavor is. I pity the fool who doesn't like this. Oh, that's wonderful. Kind of like the smiley, only different. Organ meat and beer. What's that beer buzz early in the morning, that Sheryl Crow song? There's no line about organ meat in that song, is there? Good, I like it. Thank you, my good man. Tonight, I'm going to witness my first candomblé ceremony, and I'm a little apprehensive. Much like Bahian cuisine itself, candomblé is a traditional African religion filtered through Brazil, which was for many years hidden beneath a veneer of Catholicism. The ceremony is taking place at the house of candomblé priest Bel Dasum, where a new member will be initiated into the cult. Candomblé is a deeply felt religious ritual dating back hundreds of years, where members gather together to call the spirits to their aid. It's a mainstream element of Bahian culture. Through song and dance, members of the congregation encourage each other to enter a trance-like state to help channel spiritual energy. Bell serves as the spiritual leader and rather flamboyant master of ceremonies for the group.
It's typical.
Having said all of that, I have no idea what's going on here. I'm confused. I'm a little uncomfortable, and this thing goes on forever. Everyone around me has been swept up in some kind of transcendental frenzy. It's been said that sometimes even spectators get caught up in the outpouring of spiritual energy. And I gotta admit, with all this drumming and shrieking and rhythmic circular dancing, I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded. Note to self, avoid falling into a trance-like state at your next cult ceremony or keg party. Happily, when I come to, there's a heaping serving of post-ritual grub being passed around. An offering to the gods consisting of
farofa, rice, beans.
Okay, it's not the best meal I've ever had, but if it's fit for a deity, who am I to complain? I lumber, somewhat disoriented, back to my hotel, with a belly full of food and a head full of African cult gods. Just another day on the job. It's another beautiful day in downtown Pellegrino, the old colonial section of Salvador. I don't know about you, but whenever I nearly black out at a candomblé ceremony, I usually need something a little special to get me back into the swing of things. My method of choice, a good meal.
If there's one chef who really characterizes the best of Bahian cuisine, by general consensus it's agreed that Dada, who we're about to meet, the restaurant Chorizo de Dada, is that person. She's the most famous cook in Brazil. She has a TV show. Politicians line up, clamor to get in. But I started cooking her first place out of her house and has since expanded. It's a spectacular, spectacular success now. You'd think that it would be, like a slick corporate setup upstairs by now. Still cutting like this.
Dada is not just a brand name. She still cooks her meals, still invents, and oversees every detail.
Notice her knife work? It's like mom. The lady against the thumb, none of the professional knife technique, violating every known rule of French cooking. That's a good sign.
The technique aside, it's the food, her food, that really sells this place. Her menu includes such Bahian favorites as red fish wrapped in banana leaf, crab salad, and the quintessential dish of Bahia, a seafood and coconut stew called a moqueca. Moqueca begins with diced onions, peppers, tomatoes, and cilantro. And like many Bahian dishes, includes the holy trinity of ingredients: shrimp, coconut, and a generous helping of fiery dende palm oil, infamous for wreaking gastrointestinal distress on unsuspecting tourists. A quick simmer on the stove and simple ingredients are turned into something spectacular. Much like moqueca, red fish and banana leaves is also a standard of Bahian cuisine.
Where did it come from? Codfish. Traditional African ingredients don't have refrigerator. Problem, they developed a method of wrapping the fish in the seasoning in banana leaf as a means of preserving the fish. And by solving the problem, you make something good.
But before I get to the food, I want to take a crack at Dada's seemingly endless array of caipirinhas.
I promised Dada that I would sample all of them. I'll have a cashew caipirinha, I think. Now, that's fresh cashew, cachaça, and I'm guessing sugar. Oh, yeah. All right, more. Jumbo, or something like that, or umbu. It's a little sweet for me. Pineapple. I haven't had pineapple. A little too down ho. I think I'll have another one of these bad boys. God, I'm drinking a lot of these things here. Next.
Okay, before I wind up face down on the table, I think it's time for some food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beautiful thing. Oh, look at that. Moqueca. Oh, my crab. First. Good.
With so much before me, I decide to start with a crab salad and work my way up.
Look, I love the crab coral. Look at this little piece of crab coral in there. The crab roe. Oh, that's fantastic. And texture, too. You got a lot of different textures going on here. Like this stuff, it's like eating sand, but a delicious, magical sand. Whole different spectrum of flavors.
All right, a quick deboning, and we're on to round two. The red fish and banana leaf. To accompany the fish, Dada has made a spicy sauce of chiles, dried shrimp, and more dende oil.
Please do not try that flavor. Once this reaches down your throat, grabs you by the heart, and yanks. Oh, yeah. That's great.
The fish is incredible, but I can't hold out any longer. I've been gaping in wonder and anticipation at that beautiful moqueca for too long.
Oh, yeah. Look at that color. Is that psychedelic delicious or what? Look at that. Oh, tell me that's not pretty. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Incredible.
But this stuff ain't for the faint of heart. It packs some serious heat.
Sweating. Full flock sweat.
Of course, there's only one remedy for some powerful thirst around here.
Yeah, this is a passion fruit caipirinha. Slimy with little chewy, delicious seeds that go popping right up into your brain. Oh yeah. You've never tasted anything like it. It's magic.
I've always felt that food at its best is a reflection of the person who made it.
Thank you.
And an afternoon at Chorizo de Dada is an extension, a reflection of the woman herself, her personality and her passion. Another example of the magic that seems to be everywhere down here. In the streets, the music, the people. Hopefully just not in my lower intestine. It's early in the morning in Salvador. And while everyone is starting fresh, I can't quite put all the drumming and voodoo from the other night out of my head. So I'm heading down to the beach. The beaches in Bahia mean more than blankets and suntan oil. Pack an appetite. So I settle in at my table, sample the refreshments.
Perfect.
Peruse the menu.
Oh, good, helpful pictures.
Note with displeasure and envy how much better looking the staff is than I am. And get in the groove.
The idea around here, you sit around, you drink beer, you get in tan while you're chatting with your friends and drinking. It's not the object of the mission unto itself. It's to have a good time on the beach. Food tends to find you. Yeah.
Ever have a cheese-sicle? That's right, cheese on a stick, toasted over a pot of coals. I'm starting to get some traffic here. Beads? What the hell?
Yeah, good.
That browning cheese over there is putting me in a festive mood.
You've ever had onion soup? All that crispy, crunchy, wonderful stuff on the outside? This is better. Oh, buying everything on the beach here. Ooh, what's that? I'm interested. Palmito? Oh, sugar cane. All of this is one smack, one hell. I find it disturbing in a Freudian way. Now, my psychiatrist won't let me enjoy this. Oh, shrimp dude. Obrigado. You don't see this on American beach, right? You're sitting there, somebody brings you by some whole shrimp head on. That's good.
So maybe you're thinking, okay, Tony, you've had a few nice snacks here, but what really separates this place from Coney Island?
Oh, dude, quail egg lady. I've been waiting for this all afternoon. Okay, yes, please. Sell me your wares. Cuatro. Sí. Sí. Perfect. Come on, this is cool.
Quail egg lady ever visit your beach? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Salt. Oh, that's good. Oh, yes, please let me sample your nuts. Quanto? This is like a lifetime supply of turtle wax. One can. Perfect. You can pretty much sit here all day and people bring you stuff. If only all of life were like that.
And another staple of Bahian beach life. Hunky waiters in funny hats.
Uh-oh. If he calls me Gilligan, I'm running. Hello? Okay, I know what I want.
Yes, for an appetizer, I'd like to not look like a shirtless Don Knotts next to a hunkosaurus over here. And for my entree, can you make this guy remove that hat?
If he calls me little buddy, I'm out of here.
Hopefully, I have a good meal coming.
I just ordered from the restaurant some tiny little fish, head, bones, skin, everything intact, roll them in flour and deep fry. And I also got a whole roasted fish, which is also a good thing, because as we all know, fish on the bone is always better. If you can eat the whole fish, always a good thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks really good. You know, tiny little fish, head, bones, the works, dipped in batter in this case, and fried. And this, I'm deeply suspicious of. Does it resemble tartar sauce, something I don't like?
Wilson, my waiter, after deciding to change into something more casual, has been nice enough to offer me a lounge chair.
Well, he's just been keeping track of how much beer I've been drinking. Skipper's not so bad. Hello! Oh, Jesus, it's enormous. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Good. That's beautiful. This is the best. Carbon is a beautiful thing. You know, that crispy, crunchy, white, fleshy, oh, yeah. I don't understand people's fear of head and bones and fish. Anybody who's sitting there thinking, ooh, hooky, you're missing the good stuff. It's all about flavor and texture. What do you want, baby food? No, what's the worst thing that can happen here? a little sunburn, headache tomorrow, maybe a little less than quality time on the old Thunder Bucket tonight. But hey, it's worth it. I've always wanted a sedentary lifestyle by the sea, breathing heavily in direct sunlight, eating beach food. This is pretty much my chosen state of existence.
Now, if I can just get the sound of that kooky drum beat out of my head, I'll be fine. So here I am after a long day at the beach, soaking up the sun and drinking heavily. You know, same old swinging routine. After such a hard day at work, like most true Bahians, I've discovered the joys of a karajé, which is yet again another transplant from Africa. A karajé is bean paste that's been infused with vatapa, which is a paste made from dried shrimp, tomato, and seasonings. The whole thing is blended together and fried in a swimming pool of dende oil. Every mouthful, by the way, is about 9,000 calories. It's a heart attack waiting to happen.
A karajé, camarão.
It's kind of like a falafel sandwich, but in this case, the falafel is the sandwich. They slice it right up the middle, fill it with a little dried shrimp and some salsa, and you're good to go. It's not that it doesn't taste good. It's just that with all that spicy dende oil, I know that each bite is bringing me closer to an inevitable gastrointestinal apocalypse.
It's a broken man you see before you. You know, I wish there could be, sort of simulcam on the inside of my stomach. My lower GI, folks, you don't want to see. My heart is sort of, kind of, working overtime, trying to squish much-needed oxygenated blood through my now constricted, clogged arteries. Now that's a karajé.
So as I head rather urgently back to my hotel, two things come to mind. Number one, God help me, I hope that plumbing is in working order. And number two, Salvador is, without question, one of the great places on earth. It's got it all. Sensuality, spirituality, and great food. Oh, and by the way, that candomblé business, I ain't buying it.